I'm going to do a quick video about some of the crap that's going on over here. There's been a lot of stuff, and I'm going to show the documents that back it up. Now, this is the second time we've been served notice to vacate the premises as a tenant. I am not a tenant. I purchased the property. And we have an ongoing situation because the person we purchased the property from is denying that we ever paid him, which we have our receipts and we have proof. And they've already signed a contract with someone else to purchase the property. You can't sell what you've already sold. And they've taken money from the other party, which again is real estate fraud. What's more, when she sold the property to us, it was real estate fraud because she lied her ass off about so many things about the property, including a clear title, etc., that are in the contract for purchase that she is in breach of, and more than breach of, she's committed several felonies, including stealing from the property, etc., etc., etc. But I'm not going to get into that right now. Right now, I'm going to get into this 5-day notice because the original one that was supposed to be posted was not posted. It was stuck in my mailbox. By law, no one except for the U.S. Postal Service could stick anything in the mailbox. And I never look in my mailbox because our mail does not get delivered to this address. So on here it says it was served on June 27th. Well, on June 30th, we had Officer Alan Ackerman come out to file a report, again for trespassing, again for the killing of animals, and things of that nature. And he asked me, had I received the notice? And I told him no. And he says, well, I put it in your mailbox just the other day. So we go to the mailbox and take it out. For one, that's incorrect service. Two, that was on the 30th. He said he had put it in the day before. Well, that would have been the 29th, not the 27th. So I'm not going to play games with people about, because the dates are important when you're filing things, especially when you have things like 5-day notices and things like that. You have a very specific time that you have to respond. And this information is absolutely incorrect. And I don't even know how they had this stamped and certified by the court. This is a court stamp saying that it was served on that date when it wasn't. And it was improper service to boot. But this one was mailed to me on 7/1. But again, it's the one that's stamped that goes into court records stating that I was served this document. Because we filed a response, but they can try to say that the response wasn't filed in time, which will be BS and more good old boy trying to circumvent justice, because there's no way they can take my property legally. And they've been trying everything under the sun. I'm going to do some other videos of the documents where the Churchill County's Treasurer's Office fraudulently seized the property for delinquent taxes that were not delinquent. I have my receipts. I have proof of it. And the process is a 2-year process. It's not something that you can do in 30 days from beginning to end. And all the stuff that they piled onto the taxes that weren't even due for 3 or 4 months later to try to make it look like we owed a large amount of back taxes, as well as they deleted all of our records of all the taxes we had paid all the way back to 2018. I have my signed receipts from them. So that's all BS and fraud, and it's all been reported to the Department of Justice, the state attorney's office, and quite a few other offices, because we are going to file charges. And this is all criminal activity. But the lengths that these people are going to try to obtain my property, like I said, we've had over 87 plus of our livestock animals and stuff killed. Our property is constantly being trespassed on. They've submitted several fraudulent documents to court that have been falsified and notarized. So many felonies, so many laws broken. And I'm going to start documenting all this so you guys can see it as well, not just in video, because we're going to have every federal agency so far up these people's asses. They think that they can just do whatever the hell they want, like Fallon is a country of its own, completely not subject to United States laws, the Constitution, your rights. They're not subject to state or federal laws. And that's bullshit. And these people are determined to do everything they can to try to steal my property. They're not hijacking my property. If I got to take their asses to the Supreme Court and have them tied up for the next 20 years in court, so be it. But they're not hijacking my property. And what's more, we already have multiple, including the FBI Cyber Crimes Unit and the FBI Hate Crimes Unit, Homeland Security's hate crime, because a lot of the stuff that's been going on here is very racist. Already looking into all this stuff. So everything they do are nails in their coffin. And this is just more documentation to present to them because all this shit is illegal. Highly illegal. And no. And since I do know that the federal agencies are looking at the videos that I post, because I've given them the links and I tell them to check the videos, and they have notifications where whenever I post something additional, they're notified. This is going to be posted, as well as the other documents verifying that the documents have been falsified, including falsely taking our name off the title and all record of us having purchased the property back in January 2018, which is illegal. One, you can't change records without a court order, and even with a court order, you can only move forward to records. You can't go back and delete previous transactions and history of transactions. So again, mega felonies. So the federal agencies are going to get copies of everything. They already have copies of most of it, but all the new stuff that's been going on, because these people will stop at nothing. Falsifying records and doing everything they can to get their hands on the property. And the people, the sellers, which I'm the only person who can sell the property, we are the sole legal owners of the property. And the people who are trying to purchase the property are the number one suspects in everything that has been happening on this property. Ain't no ifs or buts about it. And they know it, and I know it. So these good old boys, again, the federal agencies don't give a shit about who knows who grew up with who's doing who. Fallon, Nevada is part of the United States, period. Therefore, is subject to U.S. laws, period. So we're going to see how this play out. But I'm going to go ahead and put all the rest of this stuff up so everybody can see just how foul this particular Churchill County is and the bullshit that they've been trying to pull. And like I said again, falsifying records and changing county records. Mega illegal. And no, y'all ain't getting away with none of this mess.